ska vara gött att leva, annars kan det kvitta. Fint att leva. I think I have drunk too much life juice, which sounds very weird. But yes, hey everyone, and welcome back to another FGO Thirstday. I do hope you are thirsty. Well, to be honest, I hope you're not, so you don't get dehydrated, which is not a good thing. But yes, we are back, and we're gonna start with Mordred today, aka Mordred. that's kind of good. I would say I like Mordred. I like her character and all of that. I think she's pretty cool, and I did like her kind of in Apocrypha and all of that. And yeah, I mean, it's Mordred. What to expect? Yeah, I mean, seriously, I think that is a sick design, actually. I really do like it. I mean, that is just badass, like, fucking damn. I mean, probably not the easiest thing to move around in, but it is cool. And you don't care about if it's easy to move in when it's cool. Bam, bam, bam. I think this is a neat one. The only problem I have with, I guess it's not a real problem. I guess this is it. Yeah, you know, it's... I just feel it's like, why would I go with this when I can have this? I'm just saying, that's my personal preference, obviously. It's just me. I like the armor and all of that, you know. I'm a big horny man for people in armors, you know. Like Fergus, I swing both way, and I like when people come at me well protected. Yes, of course I can't start or do anything with this without insert some weird sex joke in all of this. Yeah. But yeah, okay, so she has some weird super thongs, okay. Because when you're looking here, it looks like she doesn't have any underwear at all. Yeah, it definitely doesn't show any. Well, whatever. I as long as she has any, and if I get Mordred one day, she will prance around in this epic ass armor. If you don't agree with it, it's okay. It's okay. It's fine. It's fine stuff, you know. I like this sword though. That's a cool sword. Mordred, female, legend of King of Arthur, chaotic neutral. She's a shorty, strength B+, constitution A, agility but, magic but, luck D, NPA. Damn, she got high magic. But I guess that makes sense, because her mother is Morgana, right? I'm pretty sure. Also voiced Rama, Artemis, Nightingale, and all their counterparts. Damn, Rama? I didn't know that. Snap! Class skill, magic resistance B, invalidate magic which on 3 verses or less. It's hard to damage her even with great thaumaturgy or ritual spells. Riding B. Oh god, I can't... Oh god. What is wrong with me? Probably everything. Why am I thinking this stuff? The ability for riding. Capable of operating most rides with above average capacity. However, he cannot ride beasts on the rank of monstrous beast and sacred beast. Yeah. Monstrous beast, I guess that counts as Fergus. Personal skill, instinct B, the ability to always feel the most optimum course of action for her during battle. Reduced by half obstruction that interfere with sight and hearing. I mean, I will say, instinct, I do feel like it is such a cheap ability, you know? Like, oh wait, how are we gonna bypass the fact that this servant is weaker? Ah well, instinct. Yes, let's go with that one. Perfect. I know Saber have that. I mean, it's obvious because otherwise she would get ruffle stomped even more than she does in the You know, because she wrote shit like that. But maybe there is a good reason for that. It's probably. Mana burst increase performance by means of infusing magic energy to one's weapon or one's own body and instantaneously ejecting it. Nice. A magic energy jet propulsion, so to speak. She possesses the capacity to even exchange blow equal with King of Knights. Damn. Helmet of Hidden Infidelity EX. Secret of Pedigree. Oh, isn't that dog food? Secret of Dog Food. Cougar Lady's favorite skill. Originally, it's a noble phantom instead of a skill. The helmet that she received from her mother, Morgan, together with the words of "You must never ever remove it." It concealed personal skill and noble phantoms that ties to her true name within her status information. However, when unleashing Clarent Blood Alpha's whole power, the helmet must be removed. Oh, I didn't know that. That's interesting. That's interesting. Noble Phantom, Clarent Radiant Sword of the King. Of the King! This sword was kept within King Arthur's armory, the sword that represents the throne's successions. Said to be more dazzling than any silver, it is a treasured sword which worth is no less even more than the golden sword of victorious. But Mordred has stolen it without acknowledgement. Due to that, its rank is lower than how it originally was. Huh? How does it... So, wait, what? How does the sword get weaker because she does stole it without acknowledgement? Like, I mean, to be fair, if I steal a car, it doesn't get less rank because I don't know what car brand it is. I assume that it's because the sword is magical and it's like, yo, bitch, if you don't really know what I am and don't acknowledge me, fuck you, bitch. I go down in rank, eh? I used to be A, but for you, bitch, I'm C like a cuck. Ha, get cucked, bitch. I assume it's something like that. Totally reasonable. Clarent Blood Arthur, rebelling against my beautiful father. That is a very weird thing to say. Dude, that's very weird to say. My beautiful father. I mean, imagine if you said that, like, my beautiful father. I mean, I can say my good father and all of that. But saying beautiful, I mean, I probably could be good. I mean, I can. It just sounds weird in my brain because I imagine saying that to my own father. And, yeah, probably should do that. Clarent Blood Arthur, the full power release of the Radiant Sword of the King. Normally a splendid sword shining in silver. Upon invocation, it is dyed with crimson blood and turns itself into an unsightly shape. A demonic sword which shoots in a raging hatred coiling around its edges. Oh yeah, I forgot that shooting laser beams. What is a saber that doesn't shoot laser, man? First, Ore. Oh yeah, Ore is, I do know, is more a masculine way of saying, like, I don't remember what the other way was, but yeah. Character. Having been trained as a knight, she is relatively prepared in terms of manners and etiquette. However, as a matter of fact, her doctrine is that of violent supremacy. That doesn't sound nice. With her being quite reckless, rebellious against those with influence, at her core she truly is one that at a rebellious age. Yeah, I mean, rebellious seemed to be her kind of thing. In a way, I can see her and Spartacus being like, yeah, pals, oppression. She does not tolerate being treated as a woman, but acknowledge being perfectly treated as a man in itself is also quite... Her personality is truly difficult. What? Yeah, that... I mean, it is like they want to make her a waifu, but they don't want to make her be treated too much as a dude, because then it would be weird. You know, they still need to have that essence of waifuism in her, the spirit of waifu, you know. that's the thing, you know. They can't just make her too much of a dude. Then it would be weird, I assume. I don't know. I honestly, it would make more sense that she act like a guy and all that, and it wouldn't be wrong, yeah, in a way. To add, during the battle, she shows a truly superior competence, and due to her doctrine of might makes right, she would peruse deliberately of even unfair tactics. Oh. However, perhaps it's due to her pride as a knight, she would never make use of plans that involves those unrelated. The type who enjoys the real world, she would still have some meals even if she given magic energy supply. Yeah, I can see that. Quoted from the person herself, because I'm different from my father, who's all stiff and formal. JP is from idiom, which literally means loyalists are the victorious and rebels are the losers. Are you sure about that? I mean, in general, there is a reason why rebels become a thing, you know? Like, Star Wars, the rebels there, like, they're the good guys. I mean, in our eyes, so to speak, I'm just saying. Though I assume this have to do a bit with, you know, I can imagine this saying, loyalists are victorious and rebels are the losers, can be built upon the idea that, you know, if you're a rebel, you're a loser. But if you're loyal to me, you're a victorious, you're a good dude, you know? Like, to lift up that, you know, like, fuck rebels, man, they're losers. They're, you know, they're not as cool as the kids that are loyalists, you know? Like, hashtag dab on the rebels. You know? What I can imagine. And also, I think it's pretty interesting, as we talk about, she doesn't tolerate to be treated as a woman and all of that. Brings up this idea, which, pretty interesting, because bring out that Mordred is a man, and I know, well, I want to shove titties and all that, but men can have that too. I have titties. And the idea of genders being an social construct, you know? Like, I mean, I would know I brought it up before, but I think it's a very interesting thing, because when you think about it, what is a man, what is a woman, is all social constructs, you know? Like, me as a man supposed to be having beard, being strong, dominant, is a social construct by society. And of course, depending on different countries, the view on what a man and woman is can be quite bit different, you know, because that's what the norms have been set by the society itself. So in fact, I think like the idea is like, you know, it's a bit weird. So when a man acts like a woman or a woman acts like a man, is weird. But at the same time, I feel like, man, let them be what they are, what they feel they are, what they know they are, you know? At least what I think. I think it's a very interesting thing. I need to really read more about it, because, I mean, society in general is pretty interesting, you know? How things are and all that. So much stuff, you know? You need to learn more. I need to learn more, definitely. But yes, so I could see that, you know, like, yeah. And it's pretty easy, you know, if someone comes and say like, please call me they, or if it's someone that looks like a woman and say like, call me he, and vice versa. It's pretty easy to do that, you know. It's pretty easy. I will say. Nothing hard. It's all about being respectful to each other, you know. I think that is important. Ironic, people that always said that, especially like my father, were always like, you should always respect everybody, you know, and treat them as you want to be treated. And now it's, you know, it's like, I don't understand anything of it, like, and I'm like, okay, but just be cool, man. Just be cool. Whatever. Well, whatever. Motivates and attitude towards money. I'm sorry for blabbing random stuff when I'm doing this, but you know, I'm my brain literally going all over the place at the same time. She basically deals with the master as someone equal. She tends to avoid Maggie, typical tricky and wily nature. If one wishes to get along with her, perhaps one must be a master who never treat her like a woman or child, who associate with her in an honest and frank way, and whose wish is earnest and even not who's earned even if not grandiose. Oh, I can see. Man, I just remember thing from Upper Curfew with Shichigo and Mordred. I liked them. They were like broskies there, you know? Go ahead and run away. I don't blame you. After all, you're fighting me, Mordred. Oh, just chalk it up to bad luck and give up. I entrust you my sword, my honor, my life. I may only be a third aid of a knight. Still, you're fine with that? I mean, who am I to judge your knightiness? I mean, dude, my favorite character in this game is Blackbeard. I mean, who am I to judge a knight? I'm just saying. Historical depiction. The splendid legend of King Arthur. It's closely gradually veined from the conflict between the knights, the invasion of the savage tribes, as well as the various famines and droughts. And it was her who had been given the role to close the legend of Curtain, the knight of rebellion, Mordred. His father is King Arthur. Her mother is the enchantress Morgan, a homunculus born by magic and the machinations of Morgan. Wait, what? A homunculus born by wait, what? Wait, what the fuck is it? So Merlin didn't give Arthur a dick, and Arthur then boned Morgan, and born by magic and machination. Wait, what? Wait, what? Okay. For a while she had been raised by Morgan, who whispered to her for revenge against King Arthur. This country belongs to you. One day, you will be king. Everything the sun touches is our kingdom. What about that in the shadow? Well, you know, we don't go there. It's bad. However, Mordred did not hate the king. She instead thought of the world of him. His feeling of in-depth of being not human disappears. Only his pride of having the same blood as the king was carved within him. Mordred dreamt of whether or not the king would approve of his sex, but he was mistaken. The Night King is the purest of king, and his rule has no hesitation. Seeing that Mordred was unfit to be king, as far as the king was concerned, she could not be his successor. Okay? However, Mordred took it amiss. She thought the Night King detested her for being a child of Morgan. From the beginning, all of King Arthur's desperate endeavor amounted to nothing but an attempt to prolong the life of Britain. One day all of it would fall, for the end of the age of the gods had announced itself already. However, Mordred brought what should have been slow waning into desperate destruction. Oh no. Dude, I would actually like Morgan as a servant. I know I say this every time, but oh look, this would be cool, but I mean, I feel like Morgan is such an important character, you know? I mean, after all, Arthur boned Morgan gave birth to Mordred, you know, like, they are like very big characters after all, so that would be interesting to see. Though if they turn like, oh yeah, lolly Morgan, like, yeah, I'm 500 years old, but I look like 5. I will fucking strangle someone. I'm just joking, not. The Night King swung the holy spear, bringing down the finished blow. At that moment, the Knight of Rebellion finally realized it. No, it's not that this king is not seeing me. From the beginning, he's unable to see anyone. Ugh. She then remembers the word once uttered by a knight as he left Camelot. The king understood not of human heart. Her hatred, her admiration of it was pushed away. She believed those words to be true. Oh, without realizing one thing of great matter, of that the Night King wished for. I can't speak. Of what the Night King lived for. Mad dude, Night King, some blah. of what the Night King wanted to see instead of what she herself wanted to see. In this piece, the answer to that question does not exist. I mean, I'm just saying, imagine if these fuckos just sat down and talked with each other. Talked it out. You know, heart to heart, fucking talking. You could avoid everything. I'm just saying. I think that could have been done. Connection with other characters are true. Needless to be said, her father, Daddy, Mordred harbored hatred, love, and many other emotions towards her, although they mix and jumble within her. I mean, isn't that like the kind of average parent-child relationship? It is impossible to explain in just a word. I mean, that is why there is many words, you know. Does she wish to exceed her? Does she wish to stand with her? Does she wish to go ahead of her? Does she wish to trample her? Not even Mordred herself understand. I just think that they need to fucking talk things out and get some good, you know, father-son relationship going on there, you know. That would be something. Arthur, a younger father. What's with that logic error? What? Lancelot. There's the infidel bastard. Yo there, Philander. Go hang yourself. Get stoned. Get Shakespeare to write a provocative article about you. Oh my god. Dude, I don't want to hear that from you, Mordred. You literally just went in there and murdered your daddy, and you had still massive daddy issues. Oh my god, poor lad. Lancelot getting a ton of shit. I mean, I guess truly so, but still. Gawain, the honor student, he looks like a good-looking dog no matter how you look at him. It's kind of irritating. If Gareth hadn't been there, I would have picked a fight with him already. Also, this has been on my mind a lot, but being invisible until sunset, that's pretty freaking unfair, isn't it? Yeah, Gareth would be cool as 7, that's for sure. But until sunset, yeah, dude, that is, you know, that just reminds me of Escanor in 7 Deadly Sins, or rather, he's obviously inspired by Gawain, because, you know, being invisible until sunset, like, the higher the sun is, the stronger I get, like, yeah. Frankenstein. Due to the circumstance where Mordred can't really treat her as a strangest problem, she can't take care of her. At any rate, if Mordred just left her alone, she's just going to get all languid at the corner of the room. Aww, poor Fran. Aggravating. Birds of a feather. That being said, they don't actually have much in common ground, so they are not particularly close. But for some reason, she felt like he had always been talking. I really hope when Camelot comes out that we get Aggravain as a servant. I think that would just be very interesting, you know. I think that would be. This is not me. That's literally what Matt said. Which one was that? A young father. Okay, yeah, that part. The canon used is little mean badges of the same whole, an idiom which means they look nothing alike, but they're actually the same type of person. Huh. Birds of a feather, badger of the same whole. Okay, that's the first time I ever heard that. That's pretty cool. Common from Illustrated. The song-wise, the one thing that she actually have in common with her father is the eye color, hair color, and hairstyle. However, her glandular hair is a bit long and a bunch of small details here and there is also different, perhaps deviating due to influence from her mother's side. Oh, and one other thing, the mother's size of the breast is the same for both parents and the child. Okay, what am I saying? I should just... Okay. Okay, see what Tato's right. Yeah, I don't care that much for Mordred. Her being Ganonman makes sense. Is Astor also Ganonman? Yeah, I guess so. I was going to joke about it, the chaos seemed to decide on what traits of Mordred are more predominant, but after thinking for a while I got confused myself. I'm pretty sure everyone is confused. She's kind of boring when it comes to her skills and MP since they are barely from Artoria. Yeah, that's true. Her historical depiction is without doubt the best part of the profile since it intertwines with Artoria's. She also recognized Aggravain as a somewhat good guy, so she got a few points with me. Her armor is really freaking cool too, especially helmet. Yeah, see, I love that too. I love the sequence in that play when she took it off in anime. Yeah, that was pretty cool. Now, about the last two profiles, I didn't notice someone that the translation yeeted the parameters away, so I'm bad. I have posted them on the last vid comments. I'm guessing I'll look at them already. Yeah, I did. I already forgot what their stats were, though. But yeah, I guess I can agree that the thing with Mordred that makes her, you know, boring is that she is very much a copy-paste from Artoria, which she is supposed to be and all that, I guess, but it kind of takes away a little bit, you know. She is not really that unique in that regard. Though I said, I do love her design, like this armor and all of that, and the helmet is cool, and I do love the fact, like, how the helmet is, like, literally about building onto her like that. That's fucking badass. I love that. I think that is cool, but as Potato pointing out that her skills, I mean, I have Artoria now. I have leveled her up and all of that. So I feel like game-wise and all that, I don't really care much if I get Mordred or not. Though I do like her design and all that, so I wouldn't mind that in that regard, so to speak. If I got Mordred, I would be happy anyways, but... yeah, I don't think she's a saber that really stands out otherwise than that her design is really cool. I like it. I do like her in a fade-up Crifa, though. That for sure. I think she's slightly bit plain in the game FGO, but that's the thing. It's same with Heracles, you know. I really like Heracles, especially in the animes and all that, but in the game he feels... I don't know why. I guess there is something that when you've seen them in like the anime and you really like, but man, they are so badass, and then you see them in the game and it's not like, as cool. Maybe not. But yeah. Otherwise, I think she's pretty okay. Definitely, I don't have any problem with her. I would really do like to see more of her, though. Make her more interesting and more defined character, you know. What she could be, but yeah. And the next character is Nikola Tesla. Lightning. Oh, God. I can say right away, I don't like Tesla in the game. Which is sad, because I really like Tesla in history, you know? The entire thing between Tesla and Edison, I just really like Tesla, and I feel sad what he went through and all of that. But in the game, he's just fucking obnoxious, man. The thing I have seen, at least. He's just very obnoxious. And his design, I don't really think it's super cool. I don't think it's that epic. Oh, it's pretty cool that put down the glove like that, so you get to see a little bit different how it looks like. That's cool, at least. It's a big gauntlet he has there. Man, he got a very big rib cage there, like. And then there's this. I do like the idea though with the kind of steampunkish thing going on. That is pretty cool, though. It kind of reminds me of Bioshock or something like that. But other than that, there is something about it I don't feel so much about. How I'm gonna explain it? But other than that, I don't like his character in the game. What we have seen so far, at least, it's just very obnoxious, very annoying. Nikola Tesla, 1.8. Oh man, he's tall. Chaotic good. Europe, I guess it's because he was chaotic good. I guess because he did a lot of man, in Serbia and all that, when he was burning bridges and stuff like that for against the wasn't stuff war. I don't remember fully the history, but there is a lot of history about him. Also voices Benke, Shakespeare, Babash, and Hassan of the Cursed Arm. Ooh, man, that's pretty neat. Strength D, Agility C, Endurance C, Magic B, Luck D, MP-EX. God damn. Magic Resistance C. Cancel spell by the chant below 2 verses. Cannot defend against Magecraft on level of High Thaumaturgy and Great Rituals. Independent Action B. The ability to act independently for a short while after being cut from the master's mana supply. At rank B, it's possible to stay in the world for about 2 days without the master. That's pretty damn. Galvanism A. Unrestricted conversion of bioelectric current and mana, as well as storing them. Attacks with no substance to them, such as magic beams, magical winds, magic bullets, are instantly converted into electricity. The absorber is used. Dude, that is awesome! Wait, so he can literally, if, for example, since we have Mordred, if Mordred swinging her laser sword, like, he could technically absorb it, because it doesn't have any substance, it's just energy. Now, I don't think it can absorb all of it, because, it's a lot of energy, you know, but still, that is awesome! Natural Born Genius A, a skill that displays the natural intellect of one who has no equal. Excluding these inherent to the body, such as divinity, or ones unique to heroes, the use of most skills at proficiency level of A, B rank is possible. What? Nikola Tesla does not use this skill much. Ah. I mean, that is just insane, though. That is awesome that he literally can use all of these skills like that, man. That's epic. Pioneer of the Stars EX, a unique skill granted to heroes who became the turning point of human history. Every stormy voyage and difficult journey turns from something impossible into something that can be realized. Nikola Tesla, who brought a power that belonged only to beings from the age of gods to Earth and raised the level of civilization of the entire world, possesses a high rank in these skills. That for freaking sure. And you know what is really sad? Is that his goal was to make power free, you know? He wanted everyone to have access to this. But then people like Edison appeared and they're like, money. You got to have money. And I'm gonna be fair. I am a little bit sad that there is no pigeon here. Wait, I'm gonna check the Tesla's final FGO Tesla final art. Okay, that's pretty cool. I'm just a bit sad that there is no pigeon there actually. And the reason for that is that Tesla had this pigeon that he was feeding, all of that, and that was very important to him and all of that. So I think that would be fitting, you know. Noble Phantom System Curianos, The Legend of Mankind, Advent of Thunder and Lightning. System Curianos, something that the great achievement of his lifetime and the mystery from a large number of supernatural myths sublimated into. The ability to manipulate electromagnetism. It possesses such a might that people are given the impression as if there was a second coming of the gods of lightning and thunder mentioned in the multitude of myths and legends. Generally, it launches an attack by the means of electromagnetic projection. The existence of this long-distance attack is that what qualifies Nikola Tesla, who originally is not a heroic spirit that possesses a bow or any sort of shooting weapon, as an archer. I think very odd, I guess. I mean, then wouldn't that mean, you mean literally make Artorias an archer then, because she shoot a beam, or well, it's not shooting, I guess, but you know what I mean. I feel that's a little bit odd, but okay, whatever floats the boat. With the release of its true name, the surrounding area is destroyed with a generation of a limited artificial fracture in space-time. What? It's one hell of an offensive and defensive Noble Phantoms, but its fuel consumption is relatively poor. Yeah, I care about. Damn! It's important to pay attention to how much mana one has left, since this Noble Phantoms will suck it up in a blink of an eye. The mana consumption with its true name release is especially enormous. Replenish his mind with electrical stored by Galvin while fighting as a primary combat style as an archer. Oh, okay. That makes sense then. But yeah, holy crap. Damn, that's fucking bonkers. And one reason I could see him as an archer is that, he had this mechanical arm thing that, well, it's not mechanical, but the armor and all of that. I could imagine that he, like, shooting bullets, like an railgun, the railguns use electromagnetic fields to power them, you know? And that would make sense if you can use that, you know? That, I mean, he wasn't the one that created it and all that, but, you know, he manipulated electromagnetism and all of that, so that would, and then that would make sense that why he could be classified as an archer, because, you know, shooting, pew, 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 you know? I think that would be cool. Personality, a person who has great confidence in himself with intelligence to match it. While it might seem like he's always boasting, in truth, if it's really me, then I can do it, he won't say things he has no such confidence in. His speech and conduct is exaggerated as if he were always on stage. It is rare for him to strip off the mask, persona of a genius. Think about it, there's nobody other than the king of inventors Edison who can make him get serious. However, he will never admit that. When facing a heroic spirit that possesses genuine intellect, it's highly likely that he would take off his hat to someone in his someone in his mind, but on the surface it won't show any change. I don't think that is... I feel like it's showing more like very arrogant and all of that, you know? Even if he isn't, that how people would obviously take it, like, oh yeah, here we have this genius and he doesn't do showing anything, like, man, what arrogant prick and all that. And yeah. Though this is, I don't feel like how as seen in the game, because the only time I've seen him pretty much is when him and Edison is literally like AC, DC, you know, they are just at each other's throats. That is like the only thing I pretty much remember seeing them, which I think is sad, because I think it could be interesting to literally building up the character and all of that, but I guess that is, you know, that won't work for some reason because of this. Motivation and attitude towards the master. His attitude towards the master, in one word, is haughty. A genius like haughtiness. Basically, he won't listen to a word you say. Yay! I mean, that's not the first time that happened. People who wield techniques exceeding human intellect, poets and artists, scientists, are main target of observation. Military men and the like are main target of experiment. And with a fumu, he will commence his observation of them. In things concerning the master, it holds no interest. Military men are like main targets of experiment, like, it sucks to be you guys. Heck, luckily, I'm not nothing. However, the moment he discovers something irregular about the master, like possessing poison resistance, it seems like he will make them a main target of observation experiment. His wish for the Holy Grail is the completion of the Nikola Tesla world system, a world where the alternate current comes and goes in space itself. He convinced that in the event that it's completed, mankind's civilization will develop by leaps and bounds. Fumu is just a noise you make. I guess it's equivalent of and umu. I believe that's the meaning behind... okay. Okay, I didn't know he made that. Fumu. Dialogue. I'm Nikola Tesla, a genius. Good day, ladies and gentlemen. Let me show you part of my genius here. What is God? That's right. It's lightning. That's what people believed since antiquity. And indeed, even without mentioning names Zeus and Sakra, Devanam, Indra, it is certainly God. Observe this radiance that I led to the world. It's great energy itself. Come, I will show it to you. What? Your penis? Yes, electrical rod. The legend of mankind, advent of thunder and lightning. That's pretty cool, man. Genius scientist that control electromagnetism. A genius who said he would split the stars. A person from the 19th century. One of the great scholars who explained the power of thunder told in legend of God, nature, said to be the supreme existing in many myths, and brought the power of electricity to human civilization. His best friend Mark Twain referred to him as Dr. Lightning. Okay, I will say this is actually kind of like disappointingly little of his historical character. I will say, yeah, this is like absurd. Oh shit, I'm spitting all over the screen right now. I'm so upset, I'm spitting all over the screen. I feel like that is actually kind of sad, you know, that Tesla is such a monumental character in history, as they even said, and then they're like, yeah, you know, he was a genius, lived there, and then, yeah. Oh, he was best friend with Mark Twain. Yeah. Okay, but there is so much about it. I mean, I don't expect them to, like, add everything, obviously not, but Mordred, that is a made-up character, had fucking way more, man. Yeah, historically, I mean, see, they're like, bunk. And she never existed in real life. I mean, now, of course, she's a very big historical character in that regard, even if she never existed, so to speak. But I'm just finding this a little bit disappointing. You know, I was expecting a little bit more, actually, but okay. I guess he's not waifu enough for having more historical information. Character in Fake Grand Order. A genius without equal, the Prometheus of the modern era, a peerless, handsome man, the man who revealed Zeus' thundercloud to the world, the worthy rival of the king of inventors, Edison. Yeah. I wouldn't say... Why? Really makes me think why they call him the king of inventors, because most of the things Edison did was... I mean, he did invent lots of amazing things, of course, but most of the things also he took credit for it, you know, for others' work and all that. Maybe it's just me that is very pessimistic and all that. A person who boasted about splitting even the stars. Several of the above mentioned were self-proclaimed after he materialized, but the rest were words used by the writers of his biography after his death. His name is Nikola Tesla. Oh, here we have actually fucking more information. That's weird. His name is Nikola Tesla, a man born in Austria with a true natural genius. A scientist, a poet, a musician, and philosopher. Wait, born in Austria? Wait, what? Was he born? No, really? Nikola Tesla. Oh, he was actually born in Austria, but he's this Austrian Empire. But he's a Serbian by... Which is today's Croatia, actually, he was born at. Okay, I didn't know that. That was something new. Learned something. A scientist, a poet, a musician, and a philosopher. Overflowing with talent, he led the people to the fundamental truth about electricity at a young age. Later, he moved to America and started to work under the king of inventors, Edison. In the end, as a result of their fateful clash, Nikola Tesla failed. His ideals and plans to cover the world in alternate current was destroyed, and the world he dreamed of never came true. However, the theories and multitude of machines derived from his journey spread through the world far and wide, and humanity advanced to a territory they never reached before. He truly left the mark of genius on this planet called Earth. Look, that's the enormous power plant that lights up the city where humans live. The darkness of night has already been turned into something akin daytime by dazzling brilliance adorning the skyscrapers. The massive energy thanks to electric power of three-phase alternating current. The power operating the massive machines that gave us growth and prosperity once belonged only to the heavenly gods is now building a civilization that extends beyond the earth and reach towards the universe, the heavens. Indeed! And, I mean, to be fair, Edison kind of fucked over Tesla. To be fair. One thing was that if Edison challenged Tesla to, if he could, like, and it was like, if he could double the power outage of, well, the power or whatever it was in one of his factories, he would get $15,000. But when Tesla did that and actually managed to improve it so much, he was like, Edison was like, oh no, that was a joke, you know, that was like an American prank, pretty much. And yeah, that's pretty sad actually. But that was just one of many things between them. Frankenstein. Dr. Frankenstein's great achievement of realizing the use of electricity on the human body deserves nothing but praise. Wonderful! Of course, the lady who resulted from this experiment is wonderful as well. Edison. You mediocre lion! Those ears are too sly! Blavatsky. She's another genius. Indeed, that disc shows signs of electricity. I mean... yeah. It's been a while since the last time I had to work on an old man, so I did my best. Wait, what? He's an old man there? He doesn't look like that. Since he's a genius scientist, I tried to give him much a build. I mean, to be fair, when I think genius scientist, I don't really think of macho build, but it's okay. I wasn't wrong. With each evolution, the additional part keeps increasing in numbers, so what will final form look like? Until that day come, I'm looking forward to the coil rotating. Pretty cool. And let's see what Potato write. It's interesting how this design diverged from history, but I don't mind it that much. Not exactly sure why they managed to capture his historical personality either, but then again, it said he was a hard man to understand. Yeah, that's the thing. He was a really hard man to understand. Though, as I've seen in the game, I mean, he's just obnoxious, pretty much. I wish he would have more moments to shine as a genius he is, instead of having so many comic relief. Yeah, I agree. I want an animation update for him. His animations suck, and his constant laughing and screaming rating is also annoying. This time I didn't forget to check parameters surprise. They weren't there, so I put them back. Nice. Yeah, that is the thing. I wish they did that. They gave him more time to actually showing what the character is. And yes, he was a very hard character. If I don't mistaken, people think that he have like autism. I'm gonna check actually if there was something like that. He is actually supposedly possess a photographic memory. That's really interesting. He spoke 8 languages: Serbo-Croatia, Czech, English, French, German, Hungarian, Italian, and Latin. Holy crap. Tesla claimed never to sleep more than 2 hours per night. Holy shit. Man. Yeah, he was... the thing... I don't... maybe he... Yeah, I mean, he was a very weird person, so to speak. But that's the thing with many geniuses like that. You know? Many geniuses are hard to understand because they think in such a different ways. I mean, today, it would be different probably if he appeared. But back then, obviously, his mind was so beyond anyone else. And it's a shame that his true potential was probably never completely reached, and much got fucked probably by Edison and many other people, of course, not only Edison. But yeah, I really wish they gave him a bit more, because I do, as I said, I do like Tesla. I mean, he has such an interesting history to him, you know? I really wish that they made more and then just having him. And I mean, him and Edison always butting heads. I mean, I don't mind the idea of it because, of course, they are not at good terms with each other. But that is pretty much the only thing, and it's a bit sad when you do that. I think so, at least. But, well, yeah, well, interesting to read. I said, both Mordred and Tesla. I find Tesla, as we've seen in the game so far, is obnoxious, man. I really wish I hope they change that. I would love to see more of him as an interesting character that's more used to the story, so to speak, than just being there screaming lightning. But yes, I will be back with more FGO Thirstday next week. So thank you for watching. See you later on, and have a continued super great day.